so we generally approach travel as a growth and learning experience. We immerse ourselves in culture, and we try to use the experiences to prompt new perspectives and new ideas about big and small things. We always gain some new insights that shift our worldview a bit, and we use the stimulation of new experiences to refresh our lives. Over the years, travel will change you. The insights can really add up. Opening up an appreciation of new foods is one of the first things that comes to mind. Eating your normal diet while traveling is usually not possible, so trips become a time to try out new foods and see which ones stick. We've brought home an appreciation for new foods with every trip that's redefined parts of our diet. There's too many influences to list completely, but it's things like real fish and chips, or beans with a full English breakfast from Great Britain, smoked salmon from Scandinavia, seafood from Portugal. Each trip can force you to expand your diet a bit, which can lead to finding new tastes that work for you back home. Or getting a more authentic take on foods that you already liked, like having Italian foods in Italy or Mexican foods in Mexico. Each place has their own individual takes on a dish, and you can hold on to those tastes that you like best. We also gained a new appreciation for the foods we like at home. There were lots of foods that we missed while we were away. Everyone jokes about Americans missing drip coffee, ice cubes, and ketchup while overseas. Now, personally, I like drip-style coffee more than espresso drinks, so I usually pick up a French press to use when we're at a destination that doesn't do drip coffee. We miss the quick lunch options from delis and sandwich shops, and the fresh salad shops. And we love Mexican-style foods in the U.S. We've eaten some pretty poor attempts at southwestern U.S. foods while overseas. It just reminded us of what we missed back home. Exposure to new day-to-day household items can also be useful. We usually rent apartments, and the different housing setups in each country give us ideas that we use to improve our life back home. We used an indoor clothes drying rack in a Tallinn apartment because the dryer wasn't working, and we bought one as soon as we got back home, and we've been using it ever since. A laundry bag cart with multiple bags we found in an Airbnb in France, an electric griddle in an apartment in Amsterdam. Kitchen gadgets, simple things like glass water bottles with connected stoppers that restaurants bring out to the table. We keep these in the fridge to hold cold water. Getting some exposure to these kind of simple things can really add up over the years to improve your life back home. And again, we gained an appreciation for what we left back in the US. Large refrigerators with ice makers, larger rooms, fewer stairs, garbage disposals, air conditioning. Our home base usually had more comfortable beds and furnishings than the apartments we were renting. We always miss the comforts of home, and we're kind of glad to get back when we do. Public transportation is usually better overseas, and we usually don't rent a car for the full duration of a trip. We quickly got used to using the bus app in Edinburgh to plan bus journeys to anywhere in the city. We jumped on bikes and trams and the trains in the Netherlands to get across town or to nearby cities. More walking and public transportation that forces you to engage with the city and immerse yourself in the daily rhythms of life, and see places that you would miss as a typical tourist. But having immediate access to a personal car or an Uber 5 minutes away that you can use to go anywhere you need to is a major convenience in the US. It eliminates much of the transportation planning that you need to do when traveling in other countries. And there's the impact of travel experiences on your worldview and values. Our trips changed us in a variety of subtle but important ways. Immersing yourself in a foreign environment for a number of months can impact how you see the world. Integrating new ideas and perspectives can prompt you to re-examine your own values and experiences and get a better understanding of your life. Immersing yourself for an extended period in another culture can help you get in sync with the daily rhythm of life at that location and give you new perspectives. We've lived in the northeast U.S. suburbs for most of our lives, and we were used to the pace and lifestyle of working in Washington, D.C. Going from that to spending a few months living in a residential neighborhood in Edinburgh, Scotland, walking to the local grocery stores, wandering around town in the evening, meeting friends for long meals in local pubs, it was a big change for us. Spending time in a new place with a different lifestyle can be a learning experience. We slowed down and learned a lot about what we valued. At home, people begin to head out for work at 6 a.m. in the morning to beat the traffic. The Dunkin' Donuts in our neighborhood opens at 5 a.m., and there's a line at the drive-thru by 6. On any given morning by 7 a.m., you'll find a few people out jogging or on their way to the gym before work. In Portugal, we went out to look for coffee in the early morning and found empty streets and coffee shops that opened at 9 a.m. or later. And the same for dinner. We were the first ones at the door of the restaurant at 6 p.m. when it opened. We ended up shifting our rhythm to later in the day to get in sync. We found that the later meals help separate the meal from the workday and help you focus more on the meal and the experience. And we always enjoyed engaging with local people when traveling. We had great times meeting people and hearing their perspectives on their city and country and their opinions on the U.S. and world events. Foreign perspectives are often completely different from the usual range of opinions that you encounter back home, and it can give you new and deeper insights into culture and values and prompt you to reevaluate your own perspectives. It can also be fun to correct perceptions about your home country. But we also missed our contact with friends and family more than we expected. Living for months overseas with limited short-term interactions with local people can be isolating, and it can lead to feelings of loneliness. Watching media, news, and politics in a foreign country can give you new perspectives and can make you more aware of the media biases in your home country. And since we were also watching home media while overseas, it was really fascinating to compare the coverage of issues. The character of media entertainment is also different than back home, so living within a foreign media environment for an extended period can place you in a new space and give you new perspectives. And we internalized the changes in perceptions as we got in sync with the local culture. Staying in a slower-paced city or in an oceanside village in the off-season can prompt you to slow down and relax. And getting out in nature was a big change as well. Travel can renew your appreciation of being in nature. After living in the same area for 20 years, we were completely bored with the same outdoor weekend trips, hiking the same places in the same landscapes. We'd seen everything within a 4 or 5 hour drive in any direction. Traveling to a new place with a completely new landscape became a prime attraction for our trips. For people who are used to living on the East Coast, hiking in Sedona, Arizona or the Grand Canyon is a magical experience, or hiking through the Alps, across village fields in the Cotswolds in England, through archaeological sites in the Yucatan, to see a hidden waterfall in Iceland, or along the Levada trails of Madeira, or cycling between towns in the Netherlands. Those types of outdoor experiences can be truly inspiring. Overall, we found that keeping ourselves nourished with the new experiences helped us to continue to learn and grow. We'd love to hear how you were impacted by your travels and what new ideas and perspectives you gained. Leave us a comment. And please click on like and subscribe. It helps keep this channel going. Thanks for watching.